Hello everyone, as you know we have recently launched the alerts and in this video I would like to share with you several use cases for the alerts. As you know we have now 4 datasets where we can create alerts. So log alerts, Google Search Console alerts, crawl alerts and corporate vitals alerts. And for each of these datasets I will share with you the possible alerts that we can create. So the first use case, for example, you want to know if the amount of the extra slow pages has increased. This alert we can create as in crawl and as in logs, but it's better to create it in logs as we get in logs we get the load time for bots. So we go to create alert or logs. So we check the bots, Googlebot search, and set up the filter for these pages. Load time greater than 2 seconds. We want to check the pages with load time greater than 2 seconds and alert configuration. So we set up the condition when we want to receive these alerts. So just say we want to have check interval 12 hours, rows count, current count increased more than 100%. So, and we get this notification if the pages with loading time more than 2 seconds increased more than 100%. So let's create a title for this alert, amount of the extra slow pages. Let's create more than 2 seconds increased. Save, and here is our alert. Another use case, if we have some pages that sometimes get down, we want to receive alerts for these pages. So let's create such alert. So Googlebot search we choose, and for example we want for the pages that contain blog. We want for these pages, so we want to know if the status code is not equal to 100. So we set up the filter for the pages. We want to check and alert configuration, check interval, however we want to check these pages. That's I think this is a critical alert, and we want to check it every 15 minutes. Rows current count greater than 2. So the system will check blog pages, so with the status code not equal to 100 every 15 minutes, and if bot visits gets more than 2, we will get notification on email. Let's create a title for this alert. Blog pages with non 200 status code. So another alert that we want to check in logs, that's the crawl budget drop. We'll say Google search bot, all domains, check interval. Let's create for 3 days as bot visits can differ from hour to hour, and for 3 days it will be more relevant information. And rows count decreased more than 100%. And we create a title for this alert, crawl budget decreased, crawl budget drop, and click save. The alert that mirrors this alert is when the crawl budget increases significantly. So we can copy for these. So we have a copy button. We have a copy the same conditions, but in alert configuration we change from decrease to increased more than 50%. And we want to check the bot visits increased more than 50% for 3 days. And here we change the title for crawl budget growth. For crawl budget growth. And click save. Another interesting alert will be to check if there are some pages that we closed in robots.txt, but they're visited by bot. We create alert in logs, Google search, for example, URL pass equal robots.txt, and we want to check it every 15 minutes, greater than 1 visit. And here we create robots.txt with bot visits. We click save, and here is our alert. So another alert configuration we can create. For example, we want to check if our index page gets down. So we choose Googlebot search, URL pass equal slash, and status code not equal to 100. So, and we want to check it hourly, and rows count greater than 10. So we want to check if our index page has non-200 status code and is visited more than 10 times by bot. So, and here we create a title for our alert. Index page down, and save it. Let's move to GSC alerts, Google Search Console alerts. Here there are some preset alerts, and what I want to check for the keywords data table, I want to check or the impressions drop. We choose all devices, but we can switch to mobile or desktop, and country. We can choose any country we want. And alert configuration, let's check it for a week. And we have aggregated filters, all devices, impressions, some, and decreased more than 50%. So we want to check the pages with decreased impressions more than 50%. And let's create a title for this alert. Impressions drop 1 week. And click save. And we can copy this alert and create the same conditions but for clicks. And I want to check all devices clicks, some, and decreased more than 50%. And here we change the title, clicks drop for 1 week, and click save. And let's create the same alert from CTR. So, and for example, and we want to change the country from United States, and here at the United States, and we want to check this all devices CTR some and decreased more than 25%. So we want to get a notification if there are pages with CTR drop more than 25% for the United States. And CTR, we change the title, CTR drop for USA by 1 week, and click Save. Another alert that I want to create is for zero-click keywords. So we want to check that all devices clicks equal 0, and the check interval, let's say 3 days, and rows count, current count increased more than 50%. So I want to check the pages with that don't receive clicks, and these pages increase more than 50% for the last 3 days. And we create a title. There are click keywords. Let's see. One more alert that I want to create in GSC is for the pages that dropped out of the top 10 position. So here we set up a filter all devices position less than 10, and the alert configuration, we want to check it weekly. Rows count, current count decreased more than 50%. So we are checking the pages that the amount of the pages decreased more than 50%, and they had less than 10th position in SRP. And let's create a title, amount of the top 10 pages. And click Save. One more alert that I want to create is for cannibalization. I want to receive an alert if the cannibalization increases more than 50%. So dataset cannibalization, and here we check increase more than 50%. So configure condition all the pages in the cannibalization datasets. Alert configuration, I want to check it weekly. Rows count increased more than 50%. Send alert to email, and title cannibalization increased. So we created several alerts in our GSC keywords, and now I would like to share with you crawl alerts use cases. We have created a lot of templates, and we hope that you find them really useful, but let's create several our own alerts. I want to create an alert on pages. For example, we have some pages, some directory on our website that we closed from indexation, and we want this directory to stay closed from indexation. And let's check these pages. For example, page URL contain like sofa, and is indexable. We choose yes, and rows rows count current count greater than 0, and we create a title for these alerts. For example, sofa indexable pages, and click Save. Another use case, for example, we have some pages that we deleted from our website, and we want the status code for these pages stay for 4. So we go to data table difference in pages. This data table exists only in alerts, and so we create a crawl condition. We create a status code previous equal for 4, and another filter status code current not equal for 4, and alert configuration rows count current count greater than 0. So, and let's create a title for this alert. For example, for 4 become no for 4, and click save. Another use case, if we created a redirect and the target URL for this redirect has changed, and we create an alert and difference in pages, dataset crawl pages, we create a filter status code equals 3 or 1, and redirect URL changed. So for the pages with 3 or 1 redirect URL changed, and rows count greater than 0. And let's create a title 3 or 1 redirect target changed, and click save. So another alert, for example, we have a directory with product pages, and we want to check if some pages drop out of this directory. So we create alert in pages, dataset crawl pages, page URL contain product, and rows count, we choose here missed pages count greater than 0, and we create a title product pages dropped out, and click save. This alert allows us to check the amount of pages dropped out of this directory, but sometimes we can check it in our crawl compare when the amount of pages remains the same, but the pages themselves are changed. So for this case, we can create another alert. We click copy, and instead of missed pages count, we choose new pages count, so, and also greater than 0. So this alert will show us if there are some new pages in the category product, new product pages, so our new title. Let's create one more alert for the changed titles. So here we title changed more than 30%, 50%, or 80%. We check. We choose change more than 50%, and rows count greater than 0. And here we create a title. Change more than 50%, and click save. Let's create an alert for our favorite duplications. So we create an alert in pages. Here we choose, let's create the titles, duplicated indexable pages, and greater than 0. And here we choose greater than increased more than 30%, and also rows count, current count, increased more than absolute value, like 500 pages. So title duplications increased for indexable pages, open for indexation, in percentage more than 30% or more than 500 pages. And let's create a title. Title duplications increase, and click save. And we can create the same alert from duplicated meta description, duplicated H1. We just click copy, and here we choose, for example, meta description duplicated count, or meta description for indexable pages count. Duplicated count greater than 0, and let's leave the same value, 30% and 500 pages. And here we change the title from meta description duplications increase, and click save. And we can really go on and go on with scroll alerts, but let's move on to Core Web Vitals alerts. And in Core Web Vitals alerts, our main alert is the decrease of the average score. So we create Core Web Vital alert for the all data set of page speed insights. Here we choose score, average, and decreased more than 25%. So we will get an alert if our average score decreases more than 25%. Let's create a title for this alert. Average score decreases more than 25%. And let's click save. Another alert that I want to create in Core Web Vitals, if the new pages we saw the score where the score failed, and I create score fail and rows count, new pages count greater than 0. So, and we will get notification if there will be new pages with the score failed. And let's create a title, new pages failed. So that's all that I have to share with you today. I really hope that our use cases and created alerts will be useful for you. Have a good day. Bye.